episode 2 of making a watermelon Miku costume to support a family in Palestine, where I make this costume, show you how I do it, and donate all the video revenue to a struggling family. I'm going to show you how I make the skirt and the seeds. Let's go!
There's this magical material called heat and bond that I'm going to be using to apply to the back of some Mystique spandex. Once again, I've lost my iron, so I'm using a hair straightener. Once I've applied the heat and bond to the back, I can trace the shape of my seeds and then cut them all out. This is pretty tedious, but look, it's going to be so worth. And now I need to take my measurements so that I can do some math to figure out the panels for the skirt. I lost my measuring tape, so I'm taking these measurements in a different way. So according to the art, I'm thinking I want 7 panels for the skirt. And so I take the measurement from around my belly button area, which was 30 inches, and divide it by 7 to get the approximate width for the top of the panels. Now this is going to be the shape of the panels for the green, and that top measurement is going to be the one that I just calculated. This rectangle is going to be for the accent fabric, and the width is going to be double my approximate measurement. Now before I just dive into making the skirt, I want to do a test first using the widths I just described, so I made sure to cut out these small baby pieces in much smaller lengths just to test if this would actually look the way I wanted it to. And bam! I would say this is successful. This is exactly how I want it to look. Now to figure out my bottom width, I went with 6 inches because 6 times 7 is 42, and that would fit comfortably around my hips. Now that I have the final measurements, feel free to screenshot this if it's at all helpful. Now I just used my old Miku skirt to figure out a length that would work for me and moved on. So then it was time to cut out all of these panels one by one. Wow, this is gonna be so much sewing. I really hoped there would be an easier way to do this, but no, it's just a lot of cutting and sewing. And kablam! After sewing all the panels together, the last thing to do is to sew the red into box pleats. And I sort of cheated this by folding the green in and sewing it together. This is what it looks like when just one is done, and this is what it looks like when they're all done. And with the skirt done, she's finally starting to look like something. Wow, the top is started, the skirt is done, we're making progress. Yippee!